What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode we are returning to Mobile Suit Moon Gundam. Last time Jutta made it to Earth, and he fought against Gune and Char. This time, Jutta and Mineva become one. Agos learns of the death he caused, and Gune continues being Gune. Stupid Gune. So let's get into this. Lord Alfonso, Renault's father, tells him and Sarasa that even though spirits are high with all the soldiers of the rebellion, the people on the outside being oppressed by Neo Zeon are all feeling uneasy. Renault's father says that there was nothing that they could do to ease the minds of the people of Moon. Renault and Lady Sarasa can get married under the light of the moon. The Licht family and the Moon family have been intertwined via marriage in the past. This would be a perfect opportunity for Sarasa to let her people know that she is still alive. This infuriates Renault so much so that he gets in front of his father's face and yells at him. He says it would be a disgrace to Sarasa. Steve said he would have had his head if he wasn't his own father. Alfonso says that bringing the two families together can make her a powerful symbol of the moon resistance. Sarasa stops him and asks if the words he is saying is from his own mouth. Alfonso becomes flustered and stumbles on his words. Renault realizes that this is his mother who is making his father say this. Meanwhile, the matriarchy of the Licht family, Nilda Licht, visits Ramel, who we learned is a part of the Licht family. Nilda is feeling nervous about this all and wants to call off the wedding. She gives her a potion to calm her nerves. What's in this potion? She also reminds her mother that she has no intention of crowning Luce Krangle as king. Renault is embarrassed by what his father is asking of him. He is embarrassed because his true feelings are still with Rosara. We get a flashback of Rosara and Renault when they were children. He promises to take her outside of Moon, but the two grew apart. Remember, Rosara was the rebellious one, while Renault joined the army and they became opposites in many ways. He never did hold up to his promise. Man, imagine losing the game of love to Mondo. He also was afraid because he always felt unworthy. In the end, she left the colony and ended up getting killed in the process. Even with Sarasa, he feels the same way. He also says he has tried to find the same comfort in Sarasa that Rosara once gave him. They are twins, but they are very different people. However, Sarasa and Renault have been nothing but loyal to one another. She says that they should do it for Rosara and for the good of the people of the Light Tribe. Sarasa sends a message to the people, raising their morales in desperate times. Dune and Dale of the 3D team want to cut off communications, but Danny and Ilya remind them that letting her talk is a part of their plan. Sarasa finishes by saying to look out for another announcement soon. Saki wonders where Jutta currently is. Meanwhile, on Earth, Char is looking at Moon Gundam while Gune gives Jutta a visit. Char and his team are training in their Earth terrain variants. He says that he wants all of Earth to be covered in clouds, like the Antarctic currently is. What was this training for? I guess if his plan worked and Axis fell to Earth, he would still need to take out any remaining forces that survive. Meanwhile, Nanai interrogates Saphira. She knows that she is both an informant and a Gundam pilot because of Agos, who was the other informant. She wonders why a Londo Bell member was on such a reckless mission. But her true plan wasn't the capture of Mineva. It was actually to let her go and to follow her in the hopes that it would lead her to Char. Remember, finding Char is her true mission over the Raw Gills mission. However, she wasn't expecting Luce to be the one handling the transfer. She makes fun of Char using the anagram Enkidu. This moment is meant to reveal that Agos' contact was Daikun, aka Char. But when Enkidu was mentioned a few episodes back, I don't think any of us was fooled by the anagram, and we all knew it was Daikun. Unless you're 10 years old, in which case you shouldn't be here. No one, however, could have foreseen that the Psycho Plates would eventually make their way to Moon. Ultimately, Saphira feels bad because she was a part of opening up Pandora's box for Moon. Those people can never go back to their simple ways. Especially Jutta. Since Jutta is so young and a new type, Gune wonders if he is one of those designer babies, referring to Puru and her clones. Jutta is a little jumpy, but Gune wants to ask him a simple question. What happened to Agos? Ever since they visited Moon, things have been weird with him. He was the one who was supposed to deliver Mineva as well, but Jutta happened to show up on Earth. Jutta wonders if Agos is Gune's friend. He laughs at the idea. He tells Jutta that he is more of a rival. Aw, the fact that Gune has anything in life is adorable. Agos was promoted to ensign before Gune. Jutta yells at him, claiming that he doesn't understand what Agos has been feeling. Gune grabs the boy and tells him that he is sickened by weak people like him. That is when Jutta gives him a good knee to the gut. He throws a stool and busts out of the room. Nanai is informed of Yutta's escape. Of course, Saphira knows that it is Jutta. Meanwhile, Mineva meets with Char. She mentions that she has certainly grown since the last time they met. She brings up the time that she played the violin for for him. This happened in the Zeta Gundam New Translation movie. Yuta shimmies up a pipe and heads towards the hangar. He sneaks around and finds Moon Gundam, but it doesn't have the psycho plates. However, the Psycho Baowoos do have their psycho plates. As he gets into the cockpit, Mineva and Saphira can sense him. The psycho plates on the Psycho Baowoo begin glowing. Yuta isn't moving, and Neo Zeon tries to get Moon Gundam's hatch open. Gyune says that he will be the one to take this kid down. Mineva isn't putting up with Char. He tells her that Mineva's support for her rebellion isn't even currently on his mind. Of course, what is on his mind, most likely on repeat, was Amado and Lala's connection. Char senses a change in Mineva, and this is something interesting. But it can also be some Star Wars Force Dyad nonsense. It could still go both ways. That is that Mineva and Yuta seem to be completely connected as one, which is something even Lala couldn't do until after her death. Mineva's demeanor changes again. She says that he is a man that can't face reality. These are the words of Haman Khan, or, as Char puts it, the words of a ghost. She says that he is a man who wants to burden the thousands of souls feeling scared. Gyune begins fighting with Yuta. Char calls to Nanai when he hears someone call him Lieutenant. The Newtype aura of Camille is emanating through Mineva. He says that Quattro could never accept Newtypes. He then sees cats. Yuta and Gyune continue their battle when Nanai comes into the hangar with Saphira. She says to surrender immediately or she will shoot her. Mineva tells Yuta to prepare himself when Saphira stomps Nanai's foot and tells Yuta to get out of here. But a Zeon underling knees Saphira right in the gut. There are a lot of gut shots in this read-through. Yuta feels helpless and Gyune gets the upper hand. As Yuta is knocked out, so too does Mineva pass out. As they are connected, Char is informed that Yuta is back in custody. He asks if the kid is unconscious. Him being knocked out means that his suspicions of the two being a Newtype dyad of some sorts is correct. He lays Mineva down to rest. Oh no, Char. Don't look at her like that while she's passed out. I'm uncomfortable. Gennaro tells Agos of the murder he caused while under a different personality. She is turning him over to Luce and his team who will deal with him. Agos wants to die for his actions, but Father died for him and she doesn't want him to die in vain. They leave him to whine about wanting his memory wiped and becoming a true puppet for Zeon. At least this way he won't have to feel pain. Back on Moon, Luce is informed of the situation regarding Agos. As it makes its way back, he wants to try to keep Adelante 3 off the radar. If Raymail's idea for Sarasa and Renault to get married goes to plan, this could affect the lives of everyone, not just EFF, but say hidden secrets of Ronan and the Marcinus family, or perhaps someone like Luo and Co., who have vested interests. Right now, there is only one person who does trade with Moon, and that is medicine. As of right now, Luo and Co. are currently making their way towards the colony, so it can be assumed that they are medicine. But Alfonso Licht seems to be the only one who knows. Whomever they are, they have a monopoly on Moon's product. Ilya says that Medellin is a cartel during the previous century, though there is a location too called Medellin. Medicine and Medellin sounds eerily familiar to her. Regardless of who this medicine is, it doesn't change the fact that Luo and Co. are making their way to Moon. Another thing to note is that the word arts in German means doctor who focuses on medicine rather than surgical methods, which explains the potion Arts gave her mother earlier. Ilya is certain there is a connection between Arts, Medellin, medicine, and possibly Luo and Co. Ilya's ancestry comes from Colombia and is familiar with the stories of the old cartels. Luo and Co. has its roots in Asia, so probably not them, but they still aren't going to take them off the table. Meanwhile, a Zaku Flipper is on a Dodai Kai scouting the poles. The MS-06E3 Zaku Flipper was a variant of the Zaku Recon type. There were 100 Recon types made, and a handful of those were upgraded to the Flipper. This unit serves both as a Recon and Scout role, while also having the thrusters of a Zaku 2 Commander type. It has an array of new camera sensors, and its main cameras on its head can flip forwards and backwards quickly. This allows the unit to not have to rotate its body to scout. You would think this is where the name comes from, but it is actually from its 6 sensors on its back used to detect objects. It flaps while the mobile suit is in use. Why not call it a flapper then? It is equipped with a 120mm machine gun, a 130mm anti-ship rifle, a 280mm bazooka, a railgun, and a camera gun. It finds a base and heads back to a Garuda-class ship. Some crew members wonder if this comes from the Red Pole team, but another guy tells them not to bring up that name. Some are upset that the Garuda has become a taxi service for Luo and Co. Yeah, they tend to take over ships during this time. The team has a meeting regarding their findings in Antarctica. They are certain this is Char's doing, and he is amassing an army. In this meeting is the young Michelle Luo and Brick Teclato. They are certain Mineva is with Char. A man named Zaji is annoyed by Michelle's intervention. She calls Stephanie, who reminds him to try to stay out of Zaji's way. As she is still a child, she is still cocky and confident about her talents and position in life. She even goes so far as to tease Stephanie, saying she will go after her position. Ultimately, her reason for being here is that she believes that former Newtype lab members have left to work with Neo Zeon. She wants to drop down herself just so she could talk to someone with the inner workings from the Titans-controlled Newtype labs. She's doing all this work to find someone who may have information on the miracle child, Rita. She is trying to find her friend. For those of you who were not fans of Michelle during Gundam narrative, we see that she was trying behind the scenes. As Garuda passes, Gyune, Yahim, and Petra launches in the Seiko Baowoos to resume training. While training, Gyune tries what he is calling a Psycho Jack. He is trying to steal Petra's Psycho Plates, but he is unable to do it. Petra suggests that perhaps it is just because Jutta is the real thing. Remember, Gyune is just cyber-enhanced and not a real Newtype. Commander Yahim tells him to focus on regular maneuvers that he is failing at before trying something new. Petra believes that a key catalyst for becoming a Newtype is falling in love, just as Commander Char did with Lala. She tells Gyune that maybe he should try to fall in love with her. He is getting distracted by her teasing, but he admits that he is missing the emotional connection that all Newtypes seem to have. Back at the base, Jutta and Mineva undergo an fMRI scan while having their minds become one. Once they sync, they notice that many people are about to come to Antarctica. And that will do it for this episode. I like the idea of a Newtype dyad. I liked it when Star Wars did it too, but they failed miserably in execution. At least Star Wars lowered the bar, so I'm sure it can't get any worse, right? Right? Next time, we will learn about the Licht family and their ties to arts. And Moon Gundam will get some more upgrades. But that will do it for now, Newtypes. Remember that nobody loves Gyune. Peace.